It appears as though the Jake Paul versus Tank Davis fight is on thin ice, shaky ground, but it seems like all signs are pointing to them going in a different direction.
And welcome back to Ben's Rant Nation. I'm your host, Ben. Please like and subscribe, share this video, comment below, let me know how you're feeling. Let's get into things. Today, I'm doing a little bit different kind of a video. We're going to talk about boxing today. Some of you may be aware that Netflix recently canceled what would have been a very weird and odd boxing exhibition fight that was scheduled to take place next Friday on November 14th. This fight was between Jake Paul, 12 wins, 1 loss, and 7 KOs, versus Gervonta Tank Davis, 30 wins, no losses, 1 draw, and 28 knockouts. As it turns out, Tank Davis had some legal issues again, along with some very alarming allegations involving one of his ex-girlfriends, which is what led to this fight being canceled. Now, there isn't a person alive on this planet who considered that to be a serious boxing event, with Jake Paul having a near 70 pounds weight advantage over Gervonta Tank Davis. It was basically a publicity stunt, much like his publicity stunt that he did with Iron Mike Tyson last year. Much like that publicity stunt, this one would have made everyone involved a lot of money. Now, I don't actually fault Jake Paul for that. If you can do something like that and make a lot of money doing it, more power to you. Obviously, the guy can make a lot of money doing freak shows like this. So there you have it. Now, to be fair, I have to point out a lot of the same people criticizing Jake Paul for these sideshow events that make him all this money, those same people would jump right at the same chance if they had the popularity that he has and if they could do the same thing. Don't get it twisted. In fact, most successful fighters currently in the game take on what many people call record padders. These are teachers, Uber drivers, construction workers, and anybody they can find in a Home Depot parking lot. They'll take on as many of these record padders as they possibly can to create their own shortcut into a big money payday fight, if possible. And yes, boxing is actually that corrupt. Even at the amateur level, it's pretty corrupt. This shouldn't surprise anybody. Most fighters are actually just mad and jealous that Jake Paul is better at playing the same game that they're trying to play. Also, I have one more unpopular opinion for you. Jake Paul can actually fight. Now, hold on. I didn't say he was the best at anything, or he was, a great fighter or anything like that. In fact, I wouldn't have him ranked anywhere near the top 10 in any weight class that he fights in. I guess right now he's mostly in cruiserweight. That's around 190. But he is currently ranked number 14 by the World Boxing Association, WBA, at cruiserweight. So he is actually hovering around that top 10 mark, whether you want to admit it or not. Also, Jake Paul does have some solid fundamentals to go with some decent punching power. That is a fact. With all that being said, I do have the perfect replacement for Jake Paul to fight. Believe it or not, there's an actual fighter who's close in weight, close in age. He's a little bit further along with experience, and he's not even receiving seniors benefits at the moment. And he's actually a professional boxer. Also, this guy has been calling out Jake Paul for years. If Jake Paul is willing to take up this challenge, it would be by far his most competitively matched fight to date. It would be an explosive fight. It would be an actual risk that people would want to watch him take. The fighter I'm talking about is Kenzie TCB Morrison. That TCB stands for taking care of business. Kenzie Morrison has 22 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws, and 20 knockouts. He's the son of former WBO heavyweight champion of the world and the star of Rocky V, the late and great Tommy the Duke Morrison. Now, if you haven't seen Kenzie Morrison fight yet, this dude can hit. Win, lose, or draw, all of Morrison's fights are action-packed. No matter what happens, fans are not going to be disappointed. This would obviously be a significant upgrade from his previously scheduled fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, who he had about a 70 pounds weight advantage on. We all know what happened the last time Jake Paul fought an actual boxer who was close in age and in weight and in similar experience when he fought Tommy Fury. That's the little brother of former heavyweight champion Tyson Fury. He lost that fight. It was a good fight. It was a close fight. It was a competitive fight. But Jake Paul still lost. Now, the fans are asking, will he lose every time he takes on these close, competitive fights that actually challenge him with real boxers? There's only one way to find out. Will Jake Paul step up and take another risk? Or is he going to do another publicity stunt and just make a bunch of money? We will find out shortly. But for the love of God, for the sake of boxing and the fans, let's hope that Jake Paul steps up and Kenzie Morrison gets the shot that he deserves. Let's go, Kenzie Morrison.
I found a way to motivate myself. This way has completely revolutionized my workouts at home. I'm going to show you exactly how I do that. Check this out. What do you think about that?